In organizational frameworks, we saw three common patterns of organization in academic texts. We saw the experiment process pattern, where we start with a hypothesis, we then get into the method and participants, then we look at results and discuss what's important about the results, and so on. We saw this they say, I say pattern, where we first lay out one school of thought on our topic before getting into what we want to say about it. We are also fairly familiar with logical division of ideas at this point, where we take a lot of examples and we put them into related groups, like that evolutionary psychology video did. Here are some of those groups that we saw in that video. These are very common academic frameworks we can use in our own writing, but they're not the only ways to organize ideas, just like there's a lot of recipes out there in the cooking world. If you look at this text here, you see another fairly common pattern of organization. When you notice here, you've really got two topics here, humans and apes. And then look at the signal words that we see: similar, in common, similarity, just like, neither, nor. There's a particular pattern of organization going on here. This is an example of compare contrast. There are two topics, humans and apes, and we go back and forth between them like a tennis match. And notice the difference here. Logical division, here's all my ideas about humans, here's all my ideas about apes. Once I'm done talking about humans, I'm not going to return to them until I get to my concluding paragraph, and so on. And here we're going really back and forth between them. A couple points to keep in mind. Compare contrast is a bit of a misnomer. Most essays focus on one or the other. You might think that humans and apes are different. Well, actually, they have the same facial expressions. The idea is to go against conventional wisdom and make your ideas seem interesting. We also see a chronological pattern of organization. Here's what we mean by that. Logical division of ideas. Ideas are sequenced by order of importance. We can start anywhere we want. Do I want to start with attractive faces or attractive bodies? You get to make that choice. In chronology, the order is fixed. Think of something like a recipe. You can't put the sauce in the noodles until the noodles are cooked. We have to follow the steps. We use signal words that can emphasize that passage of time. And a good example is this Jaffe text. Notice that the signal words are right at the front of sentences. They're right at the front of paragraphs on that note. And they show the chronological passage of time. And we can see how, in terms of smiling research, we've gone from the past to where we are today.